Fashion Institute of Technology faculty member Anna Bloom explains in the Proceedings of the American Philosophical Society Journal in an article titled Maya Concept of Zero in 2011 that the Mayas adopted and invented several written calendars and almanacs to record their calculations of historical events and movements of the sun, moon, and certain planets. The city of Chichen Itza was built many years ago, but has since been vacant and used for a completely different purpose. Chichen Itza is not only enriched in history, but many of its structures and pyramids still stand today for anybody to view. I have visited Chichen Itza twice and was able to see firsthand the amazing architecture and learn about the history via an experienced tour guide. To further appreciate an ancient city such as Chichen Itza, it is important to know who built the city, its initial use, and what the land is used for today. How this historical site first came to be is a vital point and why this location is still significant in modern times. Although Chichen Itza is very wondrous, it did not just appear on its own. It was, of course, built first. Members of an ancient Indian group are responsible for building some of the structures found at Chichen Itza. Ancient History of Encyclopedia Publishing Director Mark Cartwright writes in his 2014 article Chichen Itza that the older structures found in Chichen Itza, Cartwright states, displays many classical Maya traits. Cartwright also lists in his 2014 article that the Temple of Three Lentils, Red House, and House of Deer all contain these Maya architectural characteristics. Other structures built later at Chichen Itza are associated with a different Indian group. While it seems still up for debate, Dr. Maya Jimenez explains in her 2019 article, Temple of Tluctlan, Chichen Itza, that Chichen Itza may have been invaded by the Toltec of Tula, and this is why the older structures, Jimenez states, reveals outside influences. AAG Publishing Director Mark Cartwright, in his 2018 article, Toltec Civilization, claims that the Toltec influences suggest a close cultural link between the two civilizations. You can see this here in the Pyramid B of the Toltec. There's these long structures, there's these two steps leading to the structures, and the flat top of the pyramid. In this Maya Temple of Warriors, there are the same tall structures, two steps leading to the structures, and the flat top of the temple. Now that we are educated on roughly who built Chichen Itza, let's explore what the land was initially used for. It is obvious that cities are a place for people to live. However, Chichen Itza was more important than just a place of residence. Its initial use contained values in more ways than one. Chichen Itza was actually an important economic source for the Maya. Anthropological archaeologist Tracy Arden et al. Discusses in the Latin American Antiquity Journal in a 2010 article titled Cloth Production and Economic Intensification in the Area Surrounding Chichen Itza that the ancient city was the Maya's most intensely expanding commercial cities overall. Tracy Arden et al. Also discusses that Chichen Itza had the most spindle whorls found upon excavation of the Yucatan, yielding over 211 found around the area. Chichen Itza was not just important as an economic source, but it was important in the Maya's religious practices as well. Associate Professor E. Merida of the Pre-Columbian and Native American Art, Virginia E. Miller, explained in the Landscape of the Itza Journal in an article titled The Castillo Sub at Chichen Itza in 2017 that it was discovered that El Castillo actually rests over a cenote. Cenotes were known for Mesoamerica to be a portal for the humans and the supernatural world to connect, and it is thought that the Mayas may have deliberately set this pyramid there to link the lower and upper worlds. American art historian Mary Miller explains in the 2016 article, The Gold Discs of the Sacred Cenote, Chichen Itza, that the sacred cenote may have been used in ritual practices for gold discs, incense, human remains, and many other objects were found inside of it. Although Chichen Itza had a heavy economic and sacred history, the land was still abandoned by its people. However, it was never forgotten. Although the land was vacated, it did not go to waste. It is still utilized today. It is now a popular tourist attraction for anyone to come and enjoy. Dr. Rikanta Madi and Sandeep Madi describe in the International Journal of Bioresource and Stress Management in the 2014 article, A Trip to the Rivera Maya, Tulum, Sanca Reserve Forest, Quintaru, and Chichen Itza, Yucatan, that you can travel to Chichen Itza with an experienced tour guide and stop and see and even swim in the cenotes. Mighty and Mighty also explained that in the article that throughout the tour, an educated tour guide will tell you the history of Chichen Itza while viewing firsthand all the structures and pyramids, such as the famous Pyramid of El Castillo. Although Chichen Itza is not only a popular tourist attraction, it is still used today by archaeologists. Doctor of Philosophy Renee Chavez et al. Explains in her 2018 article, Karst Detection Beneath the Pyramid of El Castillo, Chichen Itza, Mexico, by non-invasive ERT 3D methods, that using electrical resistivity tomography arrays, you are able to see and confirm structures under some of the pyramids, such as the cavity under El Osario and a cenote possibly existing under El Castillo. Renee Chavez et al. Also discusses the three passages under El Osario they were able to see, and one leading in the direction of El Castillo, leading archaeologists to believe there may be an underground passage linking the two together. You can see here El Osario. You can see this is what they see with the arrays, and this is what they're able to depict, this cavity under El Osario. And this is the El Castillo arrays. They were able to depict this little hole of water that may be a cenote. The history and continued use of an ancient land such as Chichen Itza is important to know how the world may have been many years ago. Chichen Itza was important to the Mayas from the day it was built to the day it was abandoned. The early buildings of Chichen Itza was built by the Mayas themselves. It contained economic and religious values throughout their stay and is still significant today in a historical and scientific aspect. Although Mayas no longer reside there, there is ton to learn about the civilization from the world they left behind. Chichen Itza still holds strong today and is a popular tourist attraction for anyone to view and enjoy. Thank you.